Hello and welcome. So this is a series about releasing and transmuting emotions. This is the second episode, and in this episode we will be talking about what does it mean to be triggered and triggering somebody else, and what does it mean to have regret, and how can we transmute regret. Okay, so first of all, trigger. Many times we can come out in the world and we can say, you triggered me, you said this and that, and now I'm triggered, and now I'm angry, and you triggered me, you did that to me, and please don't say those things anymore, don't do those things anymore because it triggered me. Now, hopefully you've watched the first video of this series. We spoke about responsibility of our emotions. We spoke about not blaming others, but perhaps even celebrating others to help us see the emotions we still need to release. So when we talk about someone is triggering us, they didn't really do anything. We had a bunch of lessons and emotions and emotional baggage that we've been carrying around our whole life. Someone said something and it triggered this stuff that we've been carrying around, and we have not been taking responsibility to release or transmute it. And someone said something and now it came out in anger or guilt, or now we feel shame, and now we say, wow, you triggered me. Please don't ever say that or do that. So can we see that we're not taking responsibility there? Can we see this person didn't do anything wrong? This person was just expressing themselves, tra-la-la-la-la, maybe said, oh, the sun is so yellow today, and it triggered you because you didn't release something from the past. So this person actually helped you to see that you still have something to release. So perhaps another way we could say this is the lessons that I am still holding on to and have not released have been triggered by those key words that you have just said. Thank you for bringing them to light. Now I can work with that. And then you have the opportunity to look at, wow, why did the words, the sun is yellow, trigger anger within me? And perhaps if you go into meditation, perhaps if you take time, perhaps if you work with a counselor, you may remember, for example, here's just a story, that when you were very young, your father, you told your father that the sun was orange, and he said, no, the sun is yellow, and he smacked you across the head and was really mean to you, and it created a trauma, and you were never allowed to cry about it or release it. You never got a story from him, and so there's that scar there. So anytime anybody says, wow, the sun is yellow, it triggers this anger with you, and you just say, yeah, I know it's yellow, duh, right? So this is a very simple and light example. But yeah, when we get triggered, it's we can see it as a little alarm bell or a traffic signal going toot, 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 or turning orange. Focus, focus. This is something we need to highlight, and we can transmute. Basically, we can take out a piece of paper and write down, homework of today. Transmute, why does someone saying the sun is yellow trigger me? And it may take you a couple minutes, it may take you an hour, it may take you days of meditation, it may take you a month to figure it out. But if you're doing the action of figuring it out, you're already started the releasing, transmuting, and healing process. So that's the good news, right? So if someone triggers something within you, it's your responsibility, really, that they could trigger that, because it's something that we didn't release, we didn't take responsibility, we hid that in the shadows of our emotional luggage and pretended it didn't exist. right? So no one can truly trigger us. We're bringing a lot of stuff, we're bringing a bunch of mind bombs to a party, and we don't know, and no one knows around us what can turn these mind bombs off, right? What can trigger these mind bombs? And it's not their responsibility to know. They're just living their life. We are not pushing our wants and needs on them, right? So then we can also talk about regret. So regret usually happens when, we do something. You said something very mean to your sister, and now she's really, really hurt. And she's angry at you even, because she's so hurt that she couldn't admit that she was hurt, so she was just angry. Now she's angry and she's hurt, but on top of it, she's angry with you, and you really, really, you regret. You regret so much saying those words to her. And the regret consumes you. You're so sad, and then sometimes we can transmute it into self-hatred, I'm such a bad person. I said those words to her. I'm so mean. I'm so horrible. And we don't even share this with the other person. We're just beating ourselves up like a punching bag. Oh, regret, you're disgusting, you're terrible, yuck, why did you do that? Man, I wish I didn't do that. And you're just in your mind, and you cry and think about it, and it comes up every day, every hour. And just living in the past. Regret is living in the past, You're just constantly living in that past. So what's happening? You're not being present in the now, that's for sure. You're definitely not transmuting or releasing this energy. And you're definitely not giving it an opportunity to heal. So now this other person is hurt, and because they're hurt, they are also angry. So if we want to transmute regret, it's really about self-love. We usually hold on to regret when we can't forgive ourselves for something. I really regret saying that. I'm such a bad person that I said that. Oh my gosh. What would you say if someone said that to you? You would normally say, well, look, we do the best that we can every day. It's okay. So you said something mean. That's okay. We do stuff like that all the time. But it's what do we do after that really shows who we are. We all fall down and make mistakes. I don't believe in that word particularly. Mistakes are just learning opportunities. But we have a chance to change it and transmute it. So I can be very self-absorbed and very egoistic and just live in a dark cave and just sit and regret. Oh, I'm a bad person. Oh, I'm disgusting. Oh, I regret that moment and I'm living in the past now. And see how that's like really dark and negative, and it doesn't help you nor the person that you may have hurt. So regret, if we want to transmute it, it would come into self-love, self-compassion. Okay, I can understand, I'm a human being, and it's human to, not be perfect all the time. I can understand that I had a moment there and I didn't act from my highest self with love, and that's okay. I can understand that I'm a learning human being in this university of life, doing the best I can every day. And I can have love for myself. I love myself that, okay, I did that, but I love myself so much because I did that yesterday. And today, I'm not going to say those mean words again. I learned from my regret or my emotional experience yesterday that today I'm not going to do that, and today I choose not to be that person, and today I love myself and I will not beat myself up for what shapes me who I am today, because today I'm proud of myself. Today I'm a person who doesn't call people names, thanks to having called people names, right? Thanks to that moment of being mean, someone being hurt and angry, you learn not to do that. So we say thank you. So embracing ourselves, saying, loving ourselves is step one. And then if it feels right, depending on the situation, we may want to go and heal the other. So, my dear sister, I'm really sorry. You come nice and vulnerable because you're out of this whole ego punching yourself up. You're like, I'm so truly sorry, and I was really ashamed of my actions and my words, and I can imagine it really hurt you, and I'm sorry. And the reason I didn't come and say sorry earlier is because I was living in such regret and just such in self-absorbed ego mind that I couldn't even step outside my own emotions to tend to your hurt emotions. So I'm sorry it's taken me so long to come and just say that I'm sorry, and I can understand that you've been angry with me because I caused you this pain, or, And that's my responsibility, right? How she took any of emotions or any action, that's all her responsibility. But it's my responsibility to be responsible for my emotions, my actions, to not blame others, and to heal situations if possible. So I always say, since a long time, I don't regret anything. I've done many, many things that I'm not particularly super proud of, or I've done many things that at the moment in time and for a long time I regret it, for sure. But who I am and where I stand today, I do not regret anything in my life or any mean or wrong action I have done, because I have gone to those places and forgiven myself, given myself love, compassion and understanding like you would any brother and sister, and taking the time to transmute it. By transmuting it, we learn the lesson. By transmuting these lessons, I learned, I'm not gonna, call people bad names anymore. That's not nice. Wow. So now, this pain that you may have caused or suffering you may have caused someone was not in vain. Because it taught you to never do that again. It just saved you doing that to 1,000 other people. You see how nice that is? It wasn't in vain. If you hurt somebody and you didn't tend to it, and now you're going to do it 1,000 more times, that's building some bad karma. That's, not very productive. If we hurt somebody, but we learned from the lesson, we really, from a soul level, learned and transmuted from that, the karma is cleared. The lessons have been learned. You're good. No need to wallow in self-shame and guilt and all of these things. To have compassion and understanding for others, it really starts with having that for ourselves, and that's mostly, for most of us, the hardest thing. So, when new things come up in my life, and I can regret it, I can be like for an hour or two, even sometimes a day, I could regret sending a certain message or dealing with a certain thing in a certain way. And, I'm very conscious of my emotions. Wow, I'm regretting that. That means I'm living in the past. That means I'm feeling guilt. It means that I haven't forgiven myself for what I did. I'm being really hard on myself. It's bringing myself down. So then I will take the time to see, where is this coming from? Where is the seed from? How can I transmute it? And it sometimes takes a while. And sometimes it's faster. And sometimes I need to do a little ritual ceremony. Sometimes I have to give myself a hands-on healing session. Sometimes I have to ask, for some help from higher sources. Sometimes I just need to transmute it in a different way. Whatever way works for you. But transmuting it the fastest that we can is beneficial, and that takes time, you know, and practice. And soon we will actually never live in regret, because we can instantly heal and learn and transmute and release. And then we're really being in the here and the now, really being present with what is. Okay, this is all for this video, and we will step to the next video and look at some other emotions and how we can release and transmute them. Thank you for watching and sticking around. Bye.